I'd like to introduce Kate Heath, our partner and friend from Apple Leisure Group. Kate, take it away. It's all yours.
Thank you, Ryan. And thank you, everybody, for joining me today. 2021, when we look at travel in 2021, what does that even mean? What is open? Where can we go? How do we get there? What are the requirements? These are some of the things that I'm going to go over in the next 25 minutes. But luckily, I have really good news to share because the specific destinations that we're going to go over today are open. They're welcoming you, and it's specifically Mexico and throughout Hawaii. So not only are they open and welcoming you, we have tons of non-stops from Phoenix. So that is what we are going to focus on. But I do want to pause because we learned a lot in 2020. And I think we learned the power of networking, the value of a travel advisor, and specifically Bon Voyage Travel. I mean, how amazing is it that they are putting this event together? It shows the networking and the partnership that they've built over the decades to really service you, their client. But what's really important for you to know today is while Apple Leisure Group Vacations partners with Bon Voyage Travel, ultimately, we're going to cut through the clutter for you. We're going to do the legwork and save the time. So that is huge because we definitely learned the value of time in the last year as well. So while we're focusing specifically on Mexico, Hawaii, and some destinations with in the US, which are, fun sun beach destinations, we also want you to know that we sell the world. So we do have those options. Just ask Bon Voyage Travel Advisors and they'd be happy to go over that with you. So without further ado, I'm going to get started. As you're going to hear a theme throughout the next couple of days, everybody's number one safety concern when it comes to travel and hospitality is your safety. We really have bonded together in this last year to make it easy, clean, safe. And what Apple Leisure Group Vacations did is we looked at over 2,000 hotels in our portfolio that are going above and beyond, and we are personally stamping them with our approval. So this is something that Bon Voyage Travel Advisor can go through with you, but it's your confidence to know that we've gone above and beyond, and we've got that trip trust stamped at the hotels that we service. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of the nitty gritty about where you can travel right now, what are the restrictions coming home, and then we're going to get into the destinations and what you can expect. So within the destinations that I'm going to talk about is Mexico, and then also this applies to anywhere traveling internationally coming back into the United States. January 26th, there was an announcement from the CDC requiring a negative COVID test within 3 days of entering back into the United States. So if we think about Hawaii or we think about Puerto Rico, those are exempt because those are considered US based destinations. So if we're focusing, say, on Mexico and throughout the Caribbean, again, those destinations are international. So you are going to receive a COVID test prior to getting back onto the plane to enter into the US. What's so awesome about this, though, is the hotels have this down. Okay, so when you check in, you're going to check in with concierge. They're going to guide you. You either already have your test set up, they've gone above and beyond and done that, or there are some hotels that allow you to set that up. You go to the nurse that day, you bring your passport, they do the quick swab, and within 24 hours, you're picking your results back up with concierge. Super easy. I've traveled several times to Mexico since then, and we're so happy to announce that the percentage is 0.0007% of those actually testing positive. So a very small percentage, which we're not surprised at, but extremely happy to hear that news. But what is to happen? You know, where do you go if something does happen? Well, we also want you to know that we have you covered with our trip protection. So if something were to happen, if you were to test positive in destination, we actually have trip delay that covers that quarantine. It's a perk of the insurance, up to $3,000 per person during that stay. Not only is it you know, your travel protection, cancel for any reason, hurricane, there's a bunch of great benefits. But through this last year, we actually upped our what we call travel delay. So it's in destination if something were to happen. But you know what's so amazing? Many of our partners listed here on this screen say, don't worry, not only are we providing free COVID tests, but if you were to happen to test positive, again, this is a 0.0007% chance at this point, they are actually offering free accommodations up to 10 days, 12 days, it depends on the hotel, but there's nothing to worry about. Again, if you were staying at a hotel that didn't offer the free quarantine, then that is where our trip delay with our travel protection comes in. Again, this is a little bit into the nitty-gritties. We just want you to know that we have you covered. Everything is running very smoothly down in these destinations, and there's nothing to worry about. But again, these are the hotel partners I would definitely focus on that are going above and beyond for all of you. So while many of you may typically cruise and Azamara, there's just so many different options around the world, while Mexico and the Caribbean is currently open, I wanted to talk a little bit and show you videos of the similarities. You know, right now, we're really thinking outside the box. Maybe if we typically didn't go to a destination, all we really want right now is to spend time with family, make memories, have it quick and easy. And again, the destinations that we're going to talk about are nonstop, quick and easy. So I want to show you a quick video. We'll get started. That was fun. All right, so let's travel to Mexico. The top 3 reasons why I like to talk about this destination is it's all about nonstops, especially from Phoenix. We have new stops, new schedules, I should say, on Southwest. Of course, we've always had American, but you can literally get to these destinations in a snap. The other thing I love is that they were actually the first to the first destination in the Americas to receive the global safety stamp issued by the WTTC. So that's something that Mexico is very proud about, and I think it's super important. The other thing is that you do not have to test to enter here. There are really no requirements. It's just exiting, it's a US requirement. So super easy, nonstop flights, lots of unique things to explore, history, or just relaxing at the beach and doing nothing at all. So this is a quick snapshot from Phoenix. You've got close to a 4-hour flight nonstop to Cancun. And then when you're looking at Cabo, it's under 2 hours. Puerto Vallarta, about 2.5 hours. So even if you're looking for a 4-night over the weekend trip because you just want to get away, these destinations are open and welcoming you with open arms. Okay, so these are the 3 distinct destinations that I really wanted to cover today, because as you can see, Mexico is a huge country, and it's very different on the East Coast versus the West Coast versus even Cabo. So we're going to talk about the differences and what you can expect in these destinations. So Cancun. This destination has really seen some unique trends in the last couple of years. Tons of people are returning back to the beautiful beach of Cancun because they just want to be super quick to the airport. They know how beautiful the beaches are here. You have some of the best views because, as you can see, you have some hotels that are high rises. So you get that sunset over the bay at night, sunrise in the morning. You even have some Mayan ruins at some of the hotels along this area. And again, you're about 15-20 minutes from the airport. And there's turtle releases going on here. You can hop over to Isla Mujeres. It's about a 15-20 minute boat ride. So there's still a lot to do in this destination. And what I would say with Cancun is, while the hotels are open, they're at about 50% occupancy right now. We want everybody to know that because safety is the #1 concern, every hotel is going to be considering that when it comes to their restaurants, the spa, the workout facilities, all of their lounge chairs around the pools are going to be socially distanced. In the restaurant, you have the QR codes, so you know it's the no touch. Very similar to what you experience here in the US is what they've already been implementing in the Cancun and just like in the, I should say in the hotels just in general, okay? So Cancun is a great option if you want an awesome beach and you want to be close to the airport. As we go down to Riviera Maya, so when you fly into Cancun from the north tip of the Yucatan Peninsula to the south, you're looking at about 3 hours of coastline, which a lot of people don't necessarily understand. So there's amazing landscape all throughout. What we're looking at is a cenote. So this area has underground caves and watering systems. So all the rivers are under the limestone, and it creates this really unique experience called a cenote that everybody should experience when they're down in this area. So the Riviera Maya down to Tulum has tons of these options, but you go into this destination to feel like you're more in the country. And then your resorts are going to have the grander landscaping that really spread out feel. So depending on what you're looking for in a vacation and what's important to you, that's really key to talk to the travel advisor so they can get you to the right destination. Now, within this area, the second largest reef in the world, besides the Barrier Reef, sits right between this whole area of Cancun and Cozumel. So Cozumel is known, of course, for scuba diving, snorkeling. They have some of the best sunsets because they face west. Quick tip, if you're staying in the Playa del Carmen area, you can take a ferry over to Cozumel and pick up some trinkets for a low price if you're into bargaining. But seriously, you can just go over for the day, explore. Many hotels in Cozumel actually have a dive site, or you can snorkel straight from the property. So again, if those things interest you, it's definitely something that you want to talk to the travel advisor about, and they'll get you set up. As we move over to Cabo, again, you're within 2 hours from Phoenix. I mean, Thursday, hop on a plane. By Thursday night, you're there, you're relaxing. Yeah, of course, it's known for the arches, but Los Cabos is in a really unique area of the peninsula, the Baja Peninsula, that is essentially like Arizona. It's arid, it's desert-like, and the two seas collide. So the ground floor drops, and that is why the fishing is so incredible here. They have a huge tournament every fall. We don't know if it's going to be going on this year, but it's typically for marlin and tuna. So it's all about the fishing, being out in the ocean here. Several of the beaches are unswimmable, meaning the current from the beach, you're limited there. So again, the travel advisors are there to tell you which hotels along this area you can literally just go swim from the beach. Some people, it doesn't even matter, but so much to do in this destination. I just really wanted to highlight the fishing, how quick it is to get to. You can go up to San Jose del Cabo, go antique shopping. They have Flora Farms, which is the new like farm to table concept with gardening. So there's just a lot of great things, including spas and golf. If you are a client that typically travels high end, this destination specializes in it. They deal with many actors and actresses from Hollywood, so they are very well equipped for any VIP guests. If that is the type of travel you prefer and you are used to, you definitely want to think of Cabo. And then moving on to Puerto Vallarta. I just love this destination because as you're flying in, you're flying over the Sierra Madre Mountains. It's absolutely lush and beautiful, so totally opposite of Cabo and very opposite of Riviera Maya, because as the Riviera Maya sits on the Yucatan Peninsula and is all jungle, you don't have those beautiful mountains. So you have this mountain range. What we're looking at right here is the Banderas Bay, the largest bay in Mexico. All the whales come through here. They actually come through Cabo as well, but they've been very active in the bay all winter. They're pretty much heading out now, but anywhere from December through late March, you can see the whales. You get culture here, going down to the pier, getting fresh fish from under the boardwalk, art walks. There's just so much happening within the town, but also really cool places to explore all throughout the bay of Riviera Nayarit down to Miss Maloya. And again, you're 2.5 hours away from Phoenix, Arizona. So as we move on to US destinations, because I just wanted to switch gears, and I know I only have about 5 more minutes, so I might have to get cut off in Hawaii, but what I wanted to mention is, so Sun and Fun US destination, yes, the US is open. Florida, we've seen tons of trends travel to Florida, but why people are looking at this is because you do not have to test to leave or get in. You just, you're traveling within the US. You're traveling domestic, okay? But if we dig a little bit further, so Florida and Key West, of course, just as an example, they don't require anything. When you're looking at Hawaii, which we're going to get into, they do require test to enter. But again, remember, being part of the US, it's not a requirement, obviously, on your way back to your hometown. Puerto Rico, the same thing. You do have to test to enter, as well as the US Virgin Islands. You just don't have to test to come home. All right. So just touching on Hawaii, there's been a lot of developments and changes that have been happening in Hawaii. KAUAI just announced that you no longer have to stay in a specific, they call it the bubble, the hotel areas that were approved as of April 1st, that is open. So again, I can't stress enough how important it is to work with a travel advisor with Bon Voyage Travel. We've always known the importance of a travel advisor, but now more than ever, especially when it comes to Hawaii, you are going to want to plan in advance and have the agent set everything up for you, meaning things are selling out, excursions, rental cars, luau's, beach chairs, you name it. When you get there, if you wait, you will be disappointed. This is coming straight from my hotel partners, my personal friends that rep hotels, and they're saying the beach chairs, everything is sold out. So it's nothing to worry about. But as you work with the travel advisor, talk about the things that are important to you, and they can send a quick email over to the director of sales and get everything set up for you prior to arrival, so you're not worrying about these things and you're getting to do the specific excursions that you want. Now, again, keep in mind, not all excursions are opened. You know, we are in a new time, so nothing is the same, unfortunately. You know, masks are required, things are social distance, some restaurants may not be open. There's certain things, depending on the hotels, that are rolling out as they open up. So we need everybody to be really flexible and just patient. You're going to enjoy your time. It's going to be phenomenal. But the reality is things are different as they opened. They are taking a tiered approach, okay? But with that said, the travel advisors with Bon Voyage will go through all of the specifics. You have to go to a specific place to test. You download your test into an app, travel to Hawaii, show them upon arrival, all these things. Bon Voyage Travel will go over with you. So these are some of the popular destinations. Again, so excited about Kauai because this is my favorite destination. A lot of people always ask, okay, Kate, what are your favorite destinations? And I'm always going to talk about Puerto Vallarta, Kauai, Jamaica, St. Lucia, because I love lush. So if you want lush waterfalls, this is the Napali coast here in Kauai, and you just really want to explore, get in a rental car and get lost, Kauai is that for you, because you can't get lost in Kauai. You really can't get lost on any island because you just go in a circle. But what's so unique about this destination is, you know, 20% of it is the roadways, and it literally just goes into a circle. So while you're here, you're going to want to look at, you know, a helicopter tour based on what's open, or you can do a boat tour to the Napali coast, because 80% you have to either hike or you have to go by helicopter or boat. So you have to explore. They're also known for the Waimea Canyon, similar to the Grand Canyon. So while you have lush, you also have this amazing area that looks just like the Grand Canyon. As we go over to Oahu, again, all the hotels in the Waikiki area are currently open. And you also can do split stays here. So you can stay on the North Shore. Turtle Bay is one of my favorite places. And then you can end in Waikiki or vice versa. Again, depending on the hotel and depending on when you're traveling, because Hawaii is really just starting to open up, you can find out specifically what is limited, meaning are there restaurants that aren't open? You know, what exactly is happening on the hotel level, and the agents can go through all of that with you. Maui, sunset.
Got about a minute left, Kate. I didn't want to cut you short on Maui because I love Maui, but got about a minute.
Yep. So Maui, for me, it's just romantic because I love the sunsets, and every hotel faces west, whether you're on the north side or the south side. Tons of great golf. Again, my friend in Maui at a hotel had mentioned the other day that a lot of the restaurants in Lahaina, you want to get reservations in advance. So just plan in advance when you're thinking about Hawaii. And last but not least, the Big Island was the last that has some more some requirements, I should say, if you're going to island hop. But one of my favorite properties here is the Royal Kona. And what I love about that specific location is that you can literally walk to a lot of the boating excursions, and at that hotel, they can prepare a picnic basket for you, and you can pick it up that morning and take it on your excursion with you. So the Big Island is all about exploring. Again, I don't really have much time. So if you guys want to pop in and ask me any questions more specifically about the islands or any destinations, I would be happy to talk to you about that. So we've got some exclusives with Bon Voyage Travel, booking with them. These are just an example of what you can expect. You can only get this through booking with Bon Voyage Travel. And then we also have an awesome discount right now called Paid in Full, and we basically double the discount. So if you're looking to travel, now is definitely the time. Prices are increasing, the demand is there. And we are just really excited to see you all in destination whenever you can meet me on the beach.